Hi Tarot Rebels, I hope you're all doing fine. Today I'm gonna have a different video for you. It's gonna be an unboxing of some sorts of this new deck that seems to be wandering around the internet lately, and I just got it today and I tried to open it. It's very difficult to open, but I thought maybe you're interested in seeing it in action and see how we get on with. It's the Oak, Ash, and Thorn deck made by Stephanie Burrows and Adam Ehlers, and it's a beautiful tarot deck with roots in the enchanting natural world. This is an eco-friendly deck based on the Rider-Waite system. This is why I chose it, and because I really like supporting local businesses here in the UK, I chose to go with this deck. I'm really into animal decks lately, and this gave me very autumny, wintry vibes based on the walkthroughs I've seen online. And I ordered it, I think, on Monday, and today is Wednesday, if I'm not mistaken. So I just got it today. Just to read you a couple of things based on this slip here. I can try and rip it off, but it's a very nice paper texture here, and I think it's supposed to be the design, the cover of the deck here. So an eco-friendly Rider-Waite Smith inspired art deck containing 78 tarot cards plus 2 double-sided companion reference sheets, allowing each card to be read intuitively, with just the right amount of guidance to support you. Printed by Generation Press, carbon neutral, solar power, vegetable-based inks, responsible print. And it's been made in the United Kingdom, and I love it. Along with this deck, because I didn't get to the Kickstarter event when this deck came out, so I had to order it through the website conventionally. So this is what I got. I got the Knight of Cups here, which is a card that's been following me. Let me show you the card. I hope you all see it. And I got this 3334 envelope, and it has like really nice boxes here and a snail here. I love snails, by the way, and I'm gonna try and rip it as gently as possible because I really don't like ripping paper. It came the box it came in, it was like a normal cardboard box, but the outer stuff, like the paper it was wrapped in, it was really nice. I threw it away, so I'm sorry I can't show you this. Certificate of Authenticity, created by Stephanie Burrows, illustrated by Adam Ehlers, and this is deck 3,334 out of 3,500. That's interesting. I'm gonna keep this. Okay, and I also got this nice letter. I really like the paper, and I'm gonna keep it as well because I really like keeping everything. Okay, let's dive in. So as I said, I opened the box. It's very difficult to open up the first time, and I think after a while it just gets easier. And I took the cards out, and I saw that they are nicely wrapped in this sheet of paper, which I'm gonna try and not rip because I really don't like ripping paper, but I don't think I can do it. Just gonna push the cards out of it, see if this works. I'm the worst whenever I receive a present or a deck or a book or anything. I just save all the paper, and not necessarily to reuse it, I just like the memory of it. Okay, close enough. Okay, I'm sorry for this struggle of mine, and you have to witness it. I don't know if any of you have seen the walkthroughs before from other people, because I've seen a few online and I really like them. I think I saw, yeah, so this one of the companion cards has been damaged a bit here. I don't know if you can see it, but I'm not that kind of person to complain about everything and anything, so I'm just gonna ignore that because it's not gonna be used on my everyday practice. So we get a thank you card. These are the backings, so for those of you who read reversals, I think looking at it first, it's not visible, but then you can see the elements here. So you have the hare, I don't know, the fox, the eagle, and this, I don't know what to call it. I'm sorry for my bad English. But let's dive into things. I'm sorry I don't have another deck with me to show you how big they are, but I think they're quite standard tarot size deck. And, oops, I'm so nervous. You get the Fool, which is a lovely fawn card with a butterfly. I like this bag here, ready to embark on a journey. Everything around him, around it is dark, as in unknown, but here is the Fool, smiling and looking at his companion and getting ready to embark on that adventure. Lovely. Then we get the Magician, this beautiful raven, or yeah, I think it's a raven or a crow, something like that. And we have the wands here, and the cups and the pentacles and the swords, and this lightning bugs. It's the knowledge applied. That's how I see it. It's really beautiful. By the way, those of you who don't like borders, I think you can trim this deck. I'm not good at that. I'm not gonna try it with one of my most precious decks to ruin it, but let's see. We get the High Priestess. So here she is bathing in the light of the moon with everything. Yeah, she has her knowledge, she has her confidence, she knows that she has her time here, so she's not wasting anything. I love it. Get the Empress. This is a beautiful hair, and it's quite fitting, and she's on her throne with her flowers and the babies and the symbol of femininity. Gorgeous. The Emperor, what else but a stag, right? Lovely. Let me move this away because I'm such a klutz. Yeah, you can see here the ram head to symbolize the Aries. Oh, by the way, and I'm not sure if you noticed, but on the top of the cards you have the numbering, so it might not be visible for you, but I just don't care about the numbering, to be honest. I know some people do have their issues with some cards being swapped. I don't care. Okay. Yeah, it's a beautiful stag. The Hierophant, we get this beautiful owl and the key to the secrets and the compass to show that direction and guidance comes from this this person. Beautiful. The Lovers. I know lots of people love this card. I love it too. It's just so gentle and so beautiful, and I think it's one of the few depictions of lovers I know that shows the love and not the choices. It's refreshing and interesting at the same time, and I like it. I really like it. Going further with the Chariot, I remember there is another deck, I don't know which one, where we get the Chariot symbolized by a snail, and I love that one too. I think I'm still waiting for that deck. I don't remember. Oh no, I think it's the Naked Heart Tarot, if I'm not mistaken. If I am, sorry for that. I'm just gonna correct I'm gonna edit the video. I love this. It's willpower. It looks like, for some people, they might see the Chariot as the bird, but I see it as the snail on the bird. The bird being sort of like the horses in the normal Chariot card. So to me, again, it speaks about willpower and overcoming obstacles. You will do anything you need to do to reach to that desired end you want. So now we have the strength card, and remember when I said that some people don't like having their strength and justice card swapped, and it's an ongoing conversation topic within the tarot community. I, for one, I don't care too much. I'm interested in the meaning of the card, and I really like this badger here overcoming this snake, and all the other animals supporting that, and the infinity symbol is here as well. It's a really nice, gentle depiction of the strength card, which to me speaks more about the hidden meaning of the card, because the strength card talks about that quiet power that we express ourselves, that gentle power. That doesn't mean brute force is necessary. Moving on, sorry, took 2 cards. They're not quite sticky. I like their matte. I'm just randomly adding things to my review, I'd say. So we get the Hermit, and it's a really nice hedgehog here, following the light, and it's a very interesting interpretation of the meaning of the Hermit card, and I really like it, especially because hedgehogs are some of my favorite animals, and obviously I love this card a lot. Moving on, we get the Wheel of Fortune. These are the symbols. So we get T-O-R-A, the ones that are on the normal Wheel of Fortune, and then the symbols: west, north, south, east. And I'm trying to see if I can find the symbols for the other animals. So I think we have Cancer here. Yeah, I think these are in the corners. They are here, the animals. Okay, moving on to the Justice card. This is a beautiful card. I really like the wolf as the justice, and the crown is interesting if you look at it, and the sword talks about swift judgment, swift decision making, but also the crown tells me about integrity and loyalty, and having that higher moral compass that you would like from a leader, right? I like this. It's a nice card. Going on to the Hangman. That's an interesting depiction, because usually the Hangman is a person standing up, head upside down, and it's not actually hanged by anything. It's just a state of waiting, or a state of limbo, right? And it's the same here with this mouse. It's not that the mouse cannot protect itself from rain, but it shows like such a natural way of protecting itself, right? Very interesting, like it. The Death card is one of my favorite cards in the deck, not in this deck in general. So I'm always looking out to see if this is an interesting card, and I like this Death card. So we have the hare in the forefront, but if I look, I can see the death of the butterflies. So it's a very subtle message about transformation and metamorphosis, right? It's not in your face. Usually the Death card is very in your face. It's a skeleton or some kind of a skull, or a situation like that. It's very in your face, but this one is very subtle, and I really like it. Then you get the Temperance, and this has, I don't think Temperance is one of my favorite cards, but I think this is my favorite Temperance card, because I really like the swan as opposed to the angel. I kind of feel like, even though we associate temperance with moderation and angels are perceived as being higher beings, it's just the message is a bit too preachy, and I think the swan is a much softer message to to send to people. And here she has the cups and the wings to protect it and to choose the balance and between good and evil, between this earth and the spiritual world. I like it. Then we get the devil, and I'm gonna do what probably everyone else has done so far and get the lovers card, because those two are always together, right? So these are kind of uh, the same message but from different aspects. This is a very positive, reinforcing, loving message, and this is a very toxic relationship between the two of them. And look at the butterflies. They are very soft and gentle and walking in the daylight, whereas these ones are basically moths, like giant moths. I don't know if you see it the way I do, but this is how I see it. So it's like this bondage situation happening here. It's hurting them both. It's keeping them apart while keeping them stuck in the same situation, in the same toxic environment. So it's a very, very interesting point of view for this card, and I really, really like it. Okay. Also, this is my favorite card ever in the deck, in all the decks. I always look at the Devil and the Queen of Pentacles. Okay, moving on. We get the Tower, and this is represented by a tree, right? A tree standing on the verge, on a, I don't know how to call it. So obviously when the lightning strikes, everything breaks down and the tree will fall into the abyss, right? And the birds are leaving the house. It's just like that standard tower depiction where the lightning hits the tower and then everyone falls off from the tower and the tower crumbles and chaos ensues. It's the same kind of situation, but this is more dramatic to me because of this abyss here. It looks so. Usually the tower represents you having the power to rebuild after that tower falls down, but here it doesn't look like any rebuilding is happening. So it's a more tragic, extreme way of looking at the tower, and I'm enjoying it. Moving on, we get the star. I really like the star. It's not just on one star. It reminds us all that we have the opportunity to look at many stars and make many wishes and hope so much more than we think we're allowed to. I really like this. And the fish coming out of the water and looking at the sky again talks about overcoming things you never thought possible. Like a fish doesn't go out to look at the stars, but who says that? That's your own limitation to think that a fish cannot look at the star and wish for more, right? And I really like this interpretation of the card. Maybe that's just how I see it. Next card is the moon, and it's a very subtle crescent moon here, and the squirrel is very tucked in and well taken care of. It's kind of a different way of looking at things, if you ask me. For me, usually the moon talks about being aware of things that you don't know or things that you might ignore. And I mean, if I think about it, yes, I can see that in the card, but overall it's just looking at, I don't know, looking at things face value and trusting them. It's a very positive spin on the card, for me at least. And then you get the sun, and it's interesting because I don't know if these are droplets of rain. You know how sometimes it rains and well, it's sunny outside, and in my culture we say you're lucky if it's raining and it's sunshine at the same time. So it's the same thing. I see this bird flying, bathing in the light of the sun, but at the same time embracing the rain without any issues and carrying this flower, this beautiful flower. It's not the sunflower as you would see on the Raider Waite standard deck, but it's a flower that's often associated with love and happiness, right? And usually the sun card is the happiest card in the deck. I really hate saying that, but not hate. I really dislike saying that, but this is a very nice representation of the Sun card and what it means to me. Moving on to the Judgment. Interesting. So it's not the first time when I'm seeing butterflies in the Judgment card, but I think the butterflies talk about the fleeting aspect of humanity, of not just humanity, but all the living creatures on this earth are very temporary, let's say. And this white dove is here to judge and help the worthy ascend to a higher plane. And I think this is exactly what's happening here, and it's a very on the nose depiction of the card, but I think it will help me. Basically because I feel like Judgment card has been following me and stalking me with all my decks and with all my readings, and sometimes you just get to an end of your interpretation of that card. So I'm hoping maybe this one will help me move past my how should I say it, reader's block. Okay, last card of the major arcana is the World. I really like this depiction of it. I don't know, I feel like this is I don't know if this is a father giving a child the world, or if it's a lover giving his partner the world, but it implies that the world is a gift. And what's not to like there? Because sometimes we choose to make memories with some people, and it's like we're giving them our world, our soul, our love, our care, our devotion, and this is exactly what happens there. Even if you're just friends, even if it's just like a distant cousin, we still give people a part of ourselves that to them or to us it might be the world, right? I really like this. Okay, so that was the major arcana. Let's move on to the cups, and we got a beautiful Ace of Cups. Okay, it's a part of an acorn, so I really like this. It's a beautiful, and I see here the squirrel and the snail. Interesting, I like it. And then the Two of Cups, it's a loving image. Really love it. And this ladybug here, oh, two of them, three of them. Okay, I like this. I really like ladybugs. And if you're not convinced that this is a love card, you have the squirrel with a love on its belly. Beautiful. Then you get the Three of Cups, and you have them, all three of them, enjoying. And I really like this card for friendship and companionship and celebration, because see, even if it rains, they're still happy. It doesn't matter. It talks about connection, and it talks about being there for each other, and I think this is a beautiful representation of this card. The Four of Cups. Wow, I really like this. See, the squirrel is a bit over it. I'm like, oh my god, I don't want to see this. Even though the cups are full and there's joy around it, there's one cup here that's basically ignored, and it's a perfect representation, at least for me, for the Four of Cups. I really like it. I know some people associate the Four of Cups with boredom and apathy, and sometimes I don't get that from my readings, but in this case, I think this is exactly the message that it needed to transmit. Next card is the Five of Cups, and look at it. So the squirrel is in the rain, regret, sorrow, pain, and these acorns are on the ground, but it doesn't see the other ones that are still on the branch above it, the acorns that they can still be used at the end of the day, right? The Six of Cups, it's gorgeous. Everyone loves the Six of Cups, and I think it's a bit weird for a card because everything seems a bit off in the classic Rider-Waite system. But in this case, I think it's like, oh, flowers, thinking of childhood, that innocence. It's not necessarily something from the past, but it's that innocence that's brought to life because of the full cups. Okay, let's go with the... I always think I have two of them, but it's just one. Let's go with the Seven of Cups, and you can see how many gifts there are here. Got like a snail, and a pearl, and the flowers, and the fire, and something else, and some water, and the snake. I really like this depiction of the Seven of Cups because usually people say, oh, it's the Seven of Cups, so this means we have options. Yes, but it's just the illusion of having options, at least for me. The Eight of Cups. Look at that. Walking away. Walking away to something better. I like it. Nine of Cups. Look at that. Usually the Nine of Cups, I perceive the classic deck as being very smug, but this is just confidence. It's no smugness, no ego, no nothing. It's just being smug, being happy, being confident, being content with what you have. I love it. The Ten of Cups. Such a beautiful Ten of Cups. Look at that. Like, I know it's very similar to the standard depiction of the Ten of Cups. I really like it, and you can see love here and love here and the cups here and in bathing in the sun. I really like the color palette. Love it, love it. Okay, moving on to the Page of Cups. Look at that baby bringing you the fish in the cup. Standard but very beautiful. And the Knight of Cups, it's a very interesting flirty situation going on here. See, you can see here the helmet. I like it, and offering the cup to someone else. Interesting. And the Queen, that's such a beautiful Queen. And you can see again, she has the heart, she has the crown, her cup is full, and she's reigning supreme. See, everything around her blooms and it's happy and they listen. Gorgeous. What about the King? I want to see them together. Gorgeous. I like it. So look at this King. Rules everything. Lovely. The Ace of Pentacles. Gorgeous. Look at this tiny pentacle here, this tiny coin. Look at the hair, thinking, what should I do next? Maybe I should go for the Two of Pentacles. That's interesting because the Two of Pentacles usually is just one person juggling two things at the same time. And this is, I don't know, I'm getting single parent vibes. I don't know why. It sounds ridiculous, I'm sure. But you can see the hair with the babies and the Two Pentacles, and she's taking care of them, but also at the same time making things prosper around her. And that's gorgeous. The Three of Pentacles, look at that. Look at that. Each of them doing their own stuff, working together to get to a good result. The Four of Pentacles. The Three Pentacles at the bottom are very, very difficult to see, but you can see them. So it's not as in your face as the standard Rider-Waite depiction of the card, but I like it because sometimes it's a very selfish energy it sends, but in this case I think it's a more gentle approach to the same kind of stuff. For the Five of Pentacles, wow, it's a very different image from what I expected. Yes, the hair is wounded. It has no protection, no shelter, no help, but the pentacles are there. So usually this card talks about being in a financial troubled time, but this time it looks like it's an emotional troubled time, not necessarily financial, and it's exactly how I always read my Five of Pentacles. Let's see the Six of Pentacles. We get this beautiful hair working together with the birds, and it looks like a trade. So to me, the Seven of Pentacles always is about prosperity and investment, and this is exactly that. Sorry, did I say the seven? Okay, can I change? Yeah, interesting. Because I saw this Six of Pentacles and I thought it was a seven, and it made perfect sense to me. But right now, it doesn't, I don't see it as a six. I don't know, maybe it's just me. And I don't see the Seven of Pentacles, I don't see it as a seven. It's like sleeping on your wealth. It's like not multiplying it. Interesting. And not really acknowledging it, because the hair is not protecting the wealth. And interesting, it's a very interesting message, and it doesn't fully resonate with me, but I like the art. It's just I would have seen this as a seven, and I would have made this just an art piece. The Eight of Pentacles. See, this is such a hard working card. I love it. It's, wow, he applies himself so much. I love it. The Nine of Pentacles. See, everything is blooming, everything is abundant around this hair, and other animals come and accompany the hair in their journey. The Ten of Pentacles. I'm always interested in this one. So we have the heart, we have 5 bunnies, and we have the 10 pentacles here. Interesting. It's like, to me, this is a very standard meaning of the 10 of Pentacles. It talks about happiness at home and being balanced and protected. I like it. Let's see, the Page of Pentacles. Oh, the page has a little heart as well. And learning so much, I like it. Lots of butterflies. I like it. Let's see, the Knight of Pentacles. See, I think all the knights have helmets and shields, but this is a very static image, and I like it. It's just like what you'd expect from a Knight of Pentacles. Let's see, the Queen of Pentacles. She's gorgeous. Oh my god, she has her wealth, her family, her kindness, her abundance, her beauty. Everything is around her. Gorgeous. I love it. Why does the Queen of Pentacles always get me so excited? Let's see, the Queen and the King. Gorgeous pair. See, she's the master of the house, and he is the ruler of the land. Behind every strong man, there's a strong woman, as the saying goes. Yeah, I like this. The Ace of Swords. That's a gorgeous depiction. I like it. Wow. This Two of Swords. I really like the fact that usually the swords point up, if I'm not mistaken, and this time they point down, as if the decision that's being made here, it impacts you directly, right? And again, you have the little heart here, and the light of the moon. Interesting, I like it. The Three of Swords. Usually people, from my experience, usually people shy away from this card because it talks about heartbreak and pain and separation and cheating and I don't know. But I really like this one. It's a transformation of some sorts, maybe not as huge as the Death card, because all the other leaves on the ground are blue, as in probably green, but because of the color palette, they look blue purplish. Only this one is rusty, and the crow sits on top of the swords. So this is a pain that kind of seems inevitable, but it can be healed in a way. That's how I see it. Let's see. The Four of Swords. It's a very busy card with very strong colors. It doesn't seem as safe as the usual Four of Swords, but I like it. Let's see, the Five of Swords. Interesting. Because usually this card talks about winning the battle but losing the war, and it feels the same way here. Like, yeah, I won, I'm still on top of things, but I'm alone. I have no one. Interesting. The Six of Swords is a very loved card for people that are going through hard times, right? And this is a different way of seeing things. And I'm not sure I understand everything. So it gives me somehow Judgment vibes, but I see the swords, so I'm a bit confused. I'll have to think about it. The Seven of Swords, it's an interesting one. It looks like, why are you so angry? Why are you so aggravated about things that don't need to make you aggravated, right? It's a very different vibe from the standard deck, but I like it. Let's see, the Eight of Swords. It is gorgeous. This one, actually, the Eight of Swords, I know that lots of people don't agree with me, but I really like the energy of the Eight of Swords. It reminds, whenever I see the Eight of Swords as opposed to seeing the Nine of Swords, for example, I know that things are good. They're not healthy, but they are still good, because the Eight of Swords talks about creating a mental prison for yourself, but in the end you're doing that and there's no one preventing you from reaching and achieving your goals. It's just you talking yourself out of things, whereas the Nine of Swords is the actual despair and loneliness and restlessness and ruminating. So I if I was receiving or reading, I would prefer the Eight of Swords, to be honest, but I'm hoping I'm getting neither. Let's get to the Ten of Swords. I'm not sure if I should show you the whole picture. It's a very, it doesn't look like, I'm looking closer to it, but it's a kind of a violent card. I'm not sure if people will like it. I think it depicts the message very well, but I'm not sure people will like it. Because of the animal situation. Oof. The Page of Swords is an interesting one. I haven't seen a Page of Swords this cheerful ever. Maybe I haven't seen enough decks. The Knight of Swords is a very, very interesting one, and it looks like it's blindfolded. Is the page blindfolded? I'm not sure. Let's see. No? So the Knight of Swords is blindfolded, but it's going straight at it. I like it. I like the energy. I don't care. I'm just going for it. The Queen of Swords in return. This is a gorgeous card. I love it. I love, 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 love it. Look at that. Gorgeous. So is the King. I think the King is more... I don't know which one I like more. I like the King's crown, but I like the Queen. The bird itself. And again, she has the heart. Okay. So we have only the wands left. Getting closer. Oh my god, this video is so long. I'm sorry for you. The Ace of Wands is interesting. I like it. I'm not sure I'm happy with the foxes depicting wands energy, but at the same time I do understand that crows slash ravens are a very good symbol for swords, so I just prefer foxes, I think, to the ravens. Okay, the Two of Wands. Interesting. This contemplation, I really like it. Usually you don't see that in the standard decks, but I really like it in this case. The Three of Wands, it's a beautiful card. The Four of Wands, oh my god, this is a gorgeous card. Usually the Four of Wands makes me feel kind of like the Four of Cups should have made me feel. But this time it really warmed my heart. The Five of Wands is another stalker card of mine, and I'm curious if when I'm gonna shuffle this deck and see what it has for me, I'm gonna see if it's gonna show up. I really like it. The Six of Wands is absolutely amazing. I usually the Six of Wands, I think it's a very standard interpretation of the card, and some people don't stray away from the classic depiction, but in this case, even though it goes with the classic interpretation of it, I like it. The Seven of Wands. I like this card a lot. I like it. Usually I even enjoy it in the Rider-Waite system, but I like this depiction of it a lot. Let's see, the Eight of Wands. The Eight of Wands, I think it was the first card I really had a problem with when I started learning tarot. So sometimes it's just a struggle for me to read the Eight of Wands. I mean, not now, but in the beginning it was really weird. And I really like this one. I mean, it's not that that eye-opening, but it's a good way of reading the card. Let's see, the Nine of Wands. Oh my god, poor baby, look at that. It's usually the Nine of Wands makes me feel sad, but this one makes me feel, oh my god, I want to take it home and take care of it. So I like this. And the Ten of Wands, this is such a beautiful depiction of the Ten of Wands. Usually it's very dreaded and it weighs me down a bit, but this Ten of Wands I really like it. Let's see the Page of Wands. Ooh, flowers and stuff. I like it. And oh my god, look at that helmet. Such a gorgeous fox. I love it. Let's see the Queen. That's a gorgeous queen, actually. I think this might be my favorite queen of the deck, actually. And the heart again. Let's see her next to her king. Wow. And see the lizard and the other animals that sit on the throne. Yeah, they're here. Gorgeous. And let's see the extra cards. Okay, so we get the possibilities. And we get the fox, the hare, the squirrel, and the raven, and they're all intertwined with this dragon. And I think these are just art cards, but they are gorgeous. So this is like a tiny mouse, and this is a tiny fox, and I like them. I'm just gonna put them aside for now, and I'm gonna look at this explanation sheets, the major arcana. So we get the Fool, the Magician, High Priestess, all the major arcanas front and back with some keywords. So the Fool, we get innocence, trust, adventure. The Magician, influence, resourcefulness, opportunity, and so on and so forth. And I'm guessing these are for the suits. So we get Ace 2 King, and we get the swords, our thoughts, the cups, emotions, and I keep reversing them the wrong way, I'm sorry. And again, the same thing, the Ace 2 King for the wands, which are our spirit, and the pentacles, our material world. Okay, so the deck itself is quite thick, and the cards, they're quite thick as well, as you can see. And let's try and shuffle them as best as I can. I hope they're easy to shuffle. Not too bad. I have a really interesting method if you want to see it, because I cannot riffle shuffle to save my life. I want to, I cannot riffle shuffle, but because the cards are so thick, it's gonna be difficult to riffle shuffle anyway. Maybe a handover I can do. Let's see. I do prefer the kind of approach they did with they took with the deck of having the sheets instead of the a book, because I usually don't read the books. I have them, but I never read them. I have lots of the important ones in my collection, and I never finish them. Let's see. What can you tell me? Let's see, what's my blockage? What did I say? This Five of Wands is stalking me, and it's been stalking me for like 8 months now. How to remove the blockage? Okay, I'm gonna take the Magician. Oh, so only I can remove the blockage. Oh, thank you so much. What's the potential outcome? Okay, the Queen of Swords. Interesting. So let's use the cards that were given to us. What's my blockage? The Five of Wands, right? So we go to the 5, action and conflict. So I do feel conflicted sometimes, and it's difficult for me to take action in a certain direction or the other, but I'm doing my best to remove this conflict that I have with myself, within my inner world. How to remove the blockage is this Magician, right? So I'm just going to go to the Magician, and we have the keywords influence, resourcefulness, and opportunity. Well, only I can influence my own path, my own life, and I have the resources to do it. I just need to find the opportunity to do it, right? And what's the potential outcome? We get the Queen of Swords. So we go to the Queen here, and we get honesty and logic. Probably because after removing that inner conflict that's been plaguing me for such a long time, it's gonna make it easier for me to see certain things in a certain light. So obviously my sense of direction will improve as well, and by direction I mean decision making and logic. Okay, I know this was a long video. Thank you so much for joining me. That's all I have for you. I love the deck. It's gonna be a staple in my collection. I really like it, and I'm pretty sure I'm gonna enjoy working with it. And if you want to book a reading with me using this deck or any other of my decks, you can do so if you go to the description box down below and see the ways you can contact me, like email, Instagram, Facebook, whatever it works for you. That's all I have for you. I hope this was something you enjoyed watching. If you did, please like, share, and subscribe to my channel. And I would love to hear it in the comment section down below from you, to hear your thoughts, if you want to see this kind of content more. And I hope to see you in the next video. Thank you, and see you next time.